kids are down. Wife's asleep.
So in 4 hours, you drank 15 Busch Lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 8 o'clock, that's when you checked out and your wife had to deal with you.
Night time.
Night time.
Yeah.
Crack a beer. Pour a bourbon. It's After Dark. On ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now here's Justin Soforo.
Sofuro. How do you say? Sofuro. No, it's fur. It's fur, not for. That's why it's fur, man.
Soforo.
There you go.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Sofuro. I don't know. Sofuro? Sephora, my dad. No, Sofuro.
Here's Justin Soforo.
All right, welcome back in to another, well, actually, it's not another edition. This is the first time in a long time that we've done After Dark live on ESPN Louisville Plus. I'm Justin Sofro. Welcome in. Steve Rummage, thank you for joining me today.
Of course, anytime my team kicks the ass of the number 2 team in America, we do an After Dark. I think that's an automatic.
Thank you. You're damn right. What's one thing, too, is I was like, man, can I wait? Well, one, I thought about pumping out a video that night, but I'm like, I would already pestered UK fans enough with the Tyron Stokes stuff. So I was like, I'm going to let that one sit. I'm going to let it sit. I'm not going to ruin. We don't need to get into the algorithm stuff of how it works, but I'm going to just let them fester. And then we can talk about this on Sunday night with the guys. But
it worked out. Listen, it worked out great. I mean, these things right here are just awesome. And they're a way, before we dive into it, you kind of get to hear us in a different role, right? Not like, oh, trust me, Justin, I've got some stuff for them tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Yeah. But there's a performance to that as well. Whereas I think these After Darks are these are the ones that you really want to be tuned into, though, because you're going to get just raw, uncut Steve Rummage, Ethan Moore, Taylor Lynch, Andy, all of us, just jumping on here, and it's fun, man. I appreciate you putting these on, man. This is if people are watching this production here, this is thanks to Sofro, man. These are great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. One thing I do want to say, and I had to start with it, that was sound from, I created that intro a year ago. One, I feel bad. You don't drink, right? I know that you, right? You don't.
A little. I have a little, last night, I had me a little amaretto moonshine and a Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
It's not Jason Anderson levels of I don't drink. It's
no.
It's not who you are. It's not your personality.
Yeah, it's lightly. Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to be the guy, because I was sitting there as I was playing. I was like, I'm kind of cringy because I was like, this Rummage. I was like, I don't think he drinks. Or I don't think he really. That's not something I feel like he really wants to be his persona.
No, we're totally fine. Well, if not, I'm in my bedroom and I've got my Bible verse up here. So
yep.
And so that it should make you feel terrible. Yeah.
Oh no! Well, I'm also. I guess we're doing this to start. I'm also a Christian. we just dedicated my baby girl at church today. So
congrats!
There we
go.
Thank
Absolutely.
you very much.
Fantastic.
Also, one of the reasons that I kind of had fun with it there to start is Andy's done the thing where it's the Justin Sofro show on the Justin Sofro Video Network and whatever. So this is what it is. It's me, baby. It's only no. I would love for other people to be on here anytime. It's just. It's a lot. It's a time commitment. It's a lot to make the videos. It's a lot to make the stuff. A lot to do now. You all have radio shows that you do all week. You gotta be working on. You gotta be prepping for, and you got families and stuff too. But I'm hoping one day we'll see. Maybe this will be taken seriously. We'll see.
Listen. I think it will.
Thank you. Also, one thing real quick, guys, I guess I'm going to drop it early. We'll mention it again. Memberships now, if you want to support ESPN Louisville Plus, and I'm sorry to try to sell you something right away, but if you would like to support ESPN Louisville Plus, one thing you can do is just be a member, less than a cup of coffee. But basically what you get with being a member is you get fun little emojis. You get free super chats, one every month. Plus, we'll make sure to highlight you, talk about you, but it's really just a way to support the channel. And so we can keep doing some of this. One thing I'll throw in there just for fun, so people can kind of see the emojis we have out there. They let you start with 4, right? 4 emojis, and here's the first one for Streeble. And I'm not sure if you can see the chat or not, but I'll go ahead and I'll throw the 4 in there. The first one is the Incredible Hulk with maybe a little bit of a gut, maybe just a little bit of the gut. So it is the blue. It is the Incredible Bulk, and that is James Streeble. Then the second one is it's Nick with his pee pee poo poo hands in the toilet because he is the pee pee poo poo guy. As I'm pretty sure, wasn't it your show that he urinated on the floor?
Oh yeah,
in the producer.
Yes, absolutely. And then, by the way, I can see the chat. Look, I'm learning too. Okay. Yeah, we're good. It's
awesome. And then you got the L's up and the L's down. So there's a few options there.
Sure.
So I had to put the L's down. I'm sorry. We got to be fair. That's why even me, I'm a Louisville fan, but this is all my either a friend or my granddad's stuff over back here. I didn't purchase any of it. No dollars went to funding BBN.
No. Listen. That's totally fine. Speaking of that, really quick, yeah, Nick pooped his pants during our show earlier this month. Yeah, he was. And apparently, I made a big thing out of it on accident because he said it in my ear. He was like, "Hey, essentially, I just crapped my pants. I'm gonna get off here real quick, and I'll be back." And I thought he said it over the air, so I was like, "You just crapped your pants, and you told me over the air?" Like he was like, "Well, not exactly."
But you brought it to the air, so it's good. It's good. The people need to know.
Yeah, it's like, that's on me, dude. That's on me. Or, don't crap your pants, one or the other.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, as we get into this, do me a favor, smash like. If you're watching this on Twitter, Facebook, one of the other places, go to YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. That's really where we can grow this, and we hope to have a lot more on here.
Sure.
I don't know. So I got a few things that we can do to, I don't know if I want to say to lean into it. I guess maybe, and I want to be cautious to how much you want to say for your show. But is there something that your initial reaction, thoughts, opinions that you want to get out there? Just following the big win.
Yeah, no, I mean, just immediately it's, I mean, now we know, it's brand equity again for Louisville. I mean, it's another one where Jeff Brohm goes out, he wins the game. And here's the beautiful thing, man. And like, I don't care. I'm going to tap into a few things we'll probably repeat tomorrow. But, I mean, one of the things that you got was it wasn't like this crazy, gimmicky, we ran a bunch of quadruple, sweeps and reverses. And it was like when they beat Ohio State at Purdue, like it felt like, man, I mean, it was great, but it was like, I mean, you kind of just got them. Like, it looked like up front, we just beat Miami up. Yep. And that was like, I kept saying it on the air. I'm like, I just can't pick us to win. I mean, I think we can, but I'm like, our offensive line, like, it's just not been good.
It's not gay.
And to see them, like, I never would have thought we would win that game by just running over them on both sides. I mean, like, I trust our front seven, but it was like, and again, now I'm doing like this big macro point of view here, so I'm kind of bouncing around. I don't want to ruin your format or anything, but that was it.
I have no format.
I have nothing.
Format. It's one day.
People are like, "Do you have notes when you do a show?" I'm like, "Hell no." Like, I just sit down and start talking.
I've got a couple things that we can really touch on, and it's more just fun, goofy stuff.
Yeah,
it's not really as much about like I'll leave the serious breakdown talk to you and maybe
sure,
Nick.
But I think it's okay to. I mean, we can start there just as fans. It's just the before we kind of break into all the fun and everything. It's like you just kick their ass. Like, I mean, it was like plain and simple. I mean, you had the fumble and it was like, ooh, are we going to do this again? Type thing. But it was like, dude, we just lined up and kicked Miami's ass. End of story. I don't know. Am I allowed to say ass? I don't know. We're on YouTube, right?
No. This is every word. Every word you want to put out there.
Okay. Perfect.
For your own, for your own perception, if you want to be safe on something,
I mean,
that's fine.
I don't get too crazy, but but just I mean, just to do that, it was like you felt like this animalistic fan in you over like yesterday. Like, dude, I'm watching football all day long yesterday, and I'm just like, I beat that team. I beat that team. I can beat that team. You know, because you're on like this, you just ran over the number 2 team in the country, you know?
Which is why it's so draining. It's so frustrating for me personally because you didn't.
Yeah.
I hate to put it on one guy, but Miller Moss lost you in the last game, and I'm not trying to do that to our players because it's not fair because things happen. But he was mentally weak in that game. It's so hard because I hate to be that guy to just put it on one guy. It was on him. The loss was on him. 14 points. One I can forgive. 2, 14 points totally just gifted to Virginia.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard for me to get off of.
Yeah, get off. To get off on. On? Okay.
On?
Like, what? It's usually not my viewing of choice either. Let me put this Virginia game on. It just but you're right, man. To watch him, but man, to watch him come back and to watch him kind of, you know, and look, I'm not saying it was. I mean, look, I don't think any of us are saying like that Miller Moss is like this elite quarterback that's going to be like, but man, just to watch him, you know, like that third down play, for instance, he checked us into that Isaac Brown run. Like there was moments like, you know, I synced up with Jody and Paul and those guys and was listening to the game there and watching it. And it was like, how many times, like I almost wish more people would do that because I think you realize like how good Miller Moss was Friday night. You know, it's like, and just the overall perception, man. I mean, when you see the rankings come out and you see us move up to 19 and look at it, you're like Texas, who is ass water. And I mean, there was somebody else ahead of us. It was Texas and somebody else. And I was like, Louisville realistically probably could have been 17.
Here,
that's on me. I didn't have that.
Right here we go. Texas is behind us there. It's a coaches poll that Texas was in front of us, and that did piss me off a little bit. They had us. So the coaches poll had us behind. We were 22nd. We were behind Texas. We were also right behind Scott Satterfield. And then there was somebody else I tweeted out. I can't remember. Here, let me find it real quick.
Because whatever the AP poll was, I remember saying. I mean, I really don't have a lot of beef with it. 19's great.
Oh,
I thought we could have been 17. South Florida.
We are behind in the AP poll. I mean, as you can see right here, we are behind them as well. Which is, you know, it's one of those things where it's like now we're in the ACC. I'm sorry, you're in the little not conference USA, or the American, the American, right? That's what they're in still.
Yeah.
Okay.
South Florida.
This is the time where we should be getting a little bit of that bump. We should be able to jump you because
that bothered me a little bit.
Like early on, I'll be honest. I was kind of I like South Florida, like because of the, you know, maybe it's being the Louisville fan, a little bit of the little brother thing, and whatever. You support those teams. I'm an underdog sport. I've always been. Mm-hmm. I've always liked that's, you know, one of those things. So when I supported them early on, but then when they went out there and played Miami, they just got blasted. They got dog walked from the start of the game. It wasn't even a game. So that is a little bit where I kind of have a little bit of, you know, how can you put them in front of Louisville right now? Especially if you take into context how Louisville lost to Virginia. And I know that doesn't matter to a lot of people. And a lot of people, the girl in California who doesn't watch the games or whatever before she puts her vote in.
I just vote whatever. Like, are you kidding me? Well, but yeah, I mean, so, well, I'm not really like gonna throw a fit. I mean, it's like I probably should be 17 because like I think Virginia's 16, and I would understand kind of putting Louisville at a hard block there. Like, I'm not gonna put you over them. Cool, whatever. But it's just there's was it Tennessee? That was Tennessee and South Florida. I said Texas earlier, but I think it was Tennessee and South Florida ahead of us. So, but regardless, 19, like, you know, there was a real worry for me that we would move in at like 23. But to me, 19 shows that a lot of people watch that game and you're getting a lot of respect now. And I mean, like, playoffs are back on the conversation. Like, I mean, that conversation's back. ACC title game is back.
And I did tell I know a lot of people probably will rewatch this tomorrow or another day, and that's usually how these a lot of live streams work. And I know I kind of
almost 300 in here now. How about that?
Yeah, it's across
cool.
platforms. That is awesome. This is our first one, so the thing is getting it back in the algorithm is how this kind of thing goes. So I appreciate all 300 of you supporting us right now. We're going to try to get this thing rolling. Hopefully it'll be something that you can expect on a regular basis moving forward.
Sure.
One of the things that to me stuck out there, and sorry, let me just pull it up real quick.
No, do you, man?
Sorry,
I deal with Nick on a daily basis. You're not going to offend me.
Well, one of the things I appreciate, that's the one thing. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Like 7 different track minds when you're running this.
I love it.
The playoff thing, yes, it's a little bit of a clickbait thing to get, it's the topic of the day, but it's not because we can. And now, like AR Sheriff says, do you all think the ACC could get 3 teams in the playoff? I still think that one's a long shot. That's gonna be difficult to happen, but let's see how the other teams piss down their legs the rest of the season. And if you have teams like, actually, here I can do this right now. I'm glad that he brought that up. That was another graphic that I made. The ACC Power Index, the current setting as it is right now. Georgia Tech, Miami, both about 32% for Georgia Tech to win the conference, 20% for Miami, and then Virginia as well, 15%. So you got all those teams that are performing pretty well. SMU looks better now. They struggled a little bit early. And again, Clemson is what Clemson is this year. Louisville's got to go out there and just handle business.
You got them at home, man.
And you got to treat them like they're Syracuse this year. Like you can see orange, but you can't. You can't give them. I guess you can give them the respect, but
Friday night at home, like. I just kicked Miami's ass on a Friday night. Number 2 team in the country. And I don't think Miami's bad. I think Louisville made them look that way. Clemson at home, well, you need to win that one. And it probably doesn't. I'm not saying you got to beat them 41-3, but you should probably control that game, right? I don't see a reason why not. It's going to be rocking because, we can get into, like I said, I don't want to jump ahead of you, but no excuse to lose the next 3, right? And I'm not the guy. It's like you just got to beat everybody by 100, whatever. But the next 3, you're going to be heavily favored in. You're going to be 8-1. Clemson's going to be coming to town. You're probably going to be top 15 in the first playoff poll. Now, that's what Friday night did, though. Let me go back to that because that's what we keep. I'm having to recalibrate my whole brain, dude. Because that win. You now have to okay, I'm probably going to be a top 15, I might be in the first playoff projection depending on what happens over the next couple weeks. You have to recalibrate your whole season.
And I know there's a couple people, I tried to bring this up. I'm sorry, it's not the best placement for the screen share, but I'm going to try to put it somewhere where we can see it. I was kind of going over the Louisville schedule moving forward. And like you said, those next 3 games, you got Boston College, you got Virginia Tech. Both of those you should go. Boston College is dreck. There's no reason you lose that game.
They're horrible. Yeah, that one's at home.
Virginia Tech
they're
at
horrible.
Virginia Tech. They are as
whatever.
Well. And then there's the bugaboo one maybe that could be. It's Cal.
The Cal game. Yep.
Yeah, you got them at home. But which is I know Andy or whoever's gonna say. It's going to be urination on me, even us even talking about that being a game we're worried about. Andy's my guy, man. He does. Everybody's like, do you ever really get mad at Andy? I'm like, dude, Andy's just. I said the only reason I ever get mad at Andy is because he comes up with a really great point that I'm like, dang, that's good. Now I've got to counter that. He and even Streeble, even the Streebles usually are outlandish and whatever. But I love the guy. But they find ways to piss you off as a fan, which is perfect. It's perfect. It's what I need.
But you're right. No, the Cal thing though, man. That one's again a game Louisville should win. A game Louisville probably will be favored by 12 and a half. But it's a game where hey man, don't sleep on that one. You got Clemson the next week. That's going to be one where, because I'm with you, dude. The next 2, those teams suck. you should bust Boston College. I'll give you a little bit of the you've never been to Virginia Tech type, but you still should probably get out of there double digits pretty easily. And then the Cal game is one that it's like, okay, don't let that sneak up on you because that last three looms so big. I mean, that's what the season breaks down to now, 3-3.
And that's kind of going to be that. I'm looking ahead to Clemson. Even though Clemson's direct this season, even though they're bad, you're still looking forward to the name. It's Clemson.
When they still got 2 top 10 guys on the defensive line, you can't absolutely. Just look over it. And the Clemson name. I'm sorry, I cut you off there, but the Clemson name is you're 100% right.
You don't need to apologize. I do not mind. Anytime
I'm the worst.
I'm
the worst. Marcus is mid sentence, and I'll just bust out on a. I'm like Zach Cantrell with
Louis. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna pull that sign.
I just bust right in. I'm just like, don't worry about it.
Which is also one of the things, I guess, just going back to the Miami game real quick, and then I do want to we can look at this again. And then
sure.
I did have something I just thought was fun that I wanted to look at, which was a couple videos from Miami. But there was a thing that I had to say, and there's something that we've talked about it in the past before. I'm a vocal, emotional fan, and I've been trying to be since I've been back here, like doing with the ESPN Louisville stuff. I've been trying to be safer, trying to be more respectable in the things that I comment about my team. I'm sorry, I get emotional, I get frustrated, especially when I think that the people that are operating our teams don't care like I care.
Sure.
That being said,
sure, I agree with that.
Things were said, and everybody has done this. Things were said about Ron English last year. A lot of comments were made about Ron English. I was furious that after those last 2 games in the season, that he wasn't fired. I didn't know how it didn't happen. Obviously, I'm fucking wrong. I was fucking wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm using the F word. I'm sorry, but that's how wrong I was, and there's no other way to put it. You know what? Actually, let me. I do this sometimes in my videos. I'm sorry, Ron English. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve. This is me bending the knee. This is me bending the metaphorical knee, I guess, because my big ass
get on your knees in front of Ron English right now.
Get up. No. This is what I need for my day job. Anyway, I did say Ron English's D gives me life at the beginning of this year. But
whatever it takes.
He has been dare I say it, the heartbeat of this team this year.
Man.
His energy, you see him going at Jeff in parts of the game, but also just his defense has been phenomenal. And whether it be, and this is, I guess they earn it either way, but the money that they put into the players that they have, it's been a pleasure to watch. I haven't had this much fun watching a defense at Louisville since the Charlie Strong days. This is you know what I mean? Like in Charlie Strong days, it sucked because we had so many good offensive playmakers, and it wasn't until the Florida game or the Miami game that they really let them play.
Yeah, it
was fun watching those defenses play. I enjoyed watching them play. So Ron English, I'm sorry. I know I hurt a lot of people. You didn't deserve it. I know Mark Ennis got mad at me. He unfollowed me on Twitter because of it. I think because I said no dad when he was defending him. It was a joke. I didn't mean to hurt feelings.
Okay.
But I apologize. I apologize to Ron English. There we go.
No, listen, that's fair. I mean, I wasn't overly vocal that he should be fired. However, I had even said there was a point there where I was like, I'll be blown away if he's not fired. But I think there was a thought amongst people that knew people. I mean, Diener pretty openly said it. And I mean, I know Diener talks to a lot of people over there that he was like, yeah, he's going to be gone. Almost assuredly, and then something changed and he wasn't. And the closest thing I kind of said was, I said, okay, if Jeff keeps him, it's on him. It's on you now, coach. And everybody knows, I'm a Jeff Brohm homer. I don't criticize him very often because I love him and I'm not fair. Like I tell people all the time, they're like, "You're on the radio. You're supposed to be fair." I'm like, "My ass, I'm not fair at all. I'm fair to one thing, and that's this."
You're damn right.
Yeah,
and that's the one that is hard for me because, I mean, I'm not going to dive into the Kenny Payne waters, but like, it's why didn't you support Kenny Payne the way you support Jeff Brohm? Jeff Brohm has given us examples before he came here why he deserves to be trusted. You know what I mean?
Great. Yeah.
We don't need to waste the time on that. I think everybody's down to earth now. That the segment of the fan base that was kind of insane is sane again. I feel like everybody's back.
I thought Kenny Payne would work, but I mean, it's a few games in, you were like, okay, this is dog crap.
It's much worse than we ever would have expected.
Yeah.
Jeff Brohm is one. Here's the problem. I don't know so. I think my experiences as a Louisville fan have adjusted the way that I perceive Jeff Brohm as a coach, because I'm used to fall in love with a head football coach. 3 years later, that football coach leaves and he's gone.
Yeah.
And no matter what, that's what is going to happen.
Yep. Just can't stop it.
I don't know why I looked over there. It wasn't going to switch. But Penn State's not. They're not going to get it. Right. I'm not worried about Penn State.
Nope.
At the same time, that's why I'm willing to accept from Jeff Brohm. I'm willing to accept. Here's the problem: the floor is 8-4, 9-3, and so far it's only been. What was last year?
9-3.
9-3. 9-3 was the floor. like what other coach has been able to do that? What coach has been this successful early on? Which to me is that first year was insane. Jack Plummer, who I did not think was very mentally strong, was able to get Louisville to the championship game of the ACC.
Yeah.
They say what you will about the ACC. That's still a difficult task to do. So right now, Jeff Brohm has earned every bit of,
Actually, you know what? I say that it was 8-4, right? I'm sorry. I'm correcting myself. We lost to Notre Dame, Miami, SMU, and Stanford. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we won that bowl game, so we were 9 wins total.
That's what it was. I know this is. I'm gonna get crushed. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with yes, I want to be pushing for a championship. Yes, that is the goal. That is what I want. But when things are bad, they're not that bad. Which is maybe that's a loser mentality thing to say. But I know with Jeff Brohm that we can beat anybody. I know that we can also lose to anybody, but I know that we can beat anybody much more than we will lose to anybody. So the lows are not as low. The highs feel higher.
Well, I mean, he's been here for 3 years, and he's what was the stat? He's won more ACC games in 3 years than any other coach.
Than Dabo. He's at 23. Yeah. Dabo was 22, I think. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was. And then it was like you said, that's not really loser. That's my floor. Is let me rivalry for a second. I mean, Kentucky, they celebrate 8 wins. 8 wins is a big deal. They're like, we're 8, we're going in 9, and look, we can have the SEC conversation, whatever, and all that. But it's like that's the floor for us. I mean, and we're beating good teams, and not even just good teams. The games. I mean, think about the fun games we've played in and we've won in games where, everybody points out the Brohm blunder, and that's fine. And hopefully he can not do that this year, or if he does it, if we lose one of these next 3,
it just can't be Kentucky. It can't be Kentucky.
I'm with you on that this year. But first year,
I was throwing a pissy fit after the first UK game. Andy knows. Andy talks. Strebel, all them saw me piss and moan. I was throwing out allegations. The university doesn't want to win this game. They're all BB and what. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's great. It's great, but it's like when you watch and you see where we're at again. The 3 years he's been here, we've been in talks of the playoffs. At some point during the year, we've had a talk of if this happens, we can make the ACC title game. If this happens, we can make the playoff. And here we are again, and we're able to have that conversation again. And that to me is what you got to be here. Louisville still has steps I was talking with Louis about something the other day, and he was like, and we were talking about Louisville being in the top third of college football, but they're probably in the bottom third of that top third. And
Yeah.
I actually agree with that because I think, we have Heisman winners. We've won BCS games. We've been ranked top 5. We have things that other schools don't have.
So that
However,
puts us in like the 30 to 40 range-ish. Is that what we're looking
I
at?
think so, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's fair.
I don't know if you disagree. I think that's about where Louisville is. It's not like basketball. Basketball, that's why, we got good again so quick, and you see Louisville, we're going to get more love than another up-and-coming team because we're Louisville. We're in the upper third of college basketball programs. In football, it's not the case. However, once we've started to stack good seasons on each other, now when we make one of these playoffs, and we're going to, with Jeff Brohm, it might be this year, but we're going to break through and start making some of these playoffs. That's when you're going to see, man, just the to take a step up, and going back to the whole conversation, where I'm going with this is that's what we knew Jeff Brohm could do, and you can only get that with continuity. And being in the bottom third of the upper echelon means you're never going to have continuity because the coaches you hire are always going to be plucked by those other ones that are 20 and up. Jeff Brom's not going to be plucked.
Yeah.
So it's
that
it's
literally
incredible.
changes everything. It changes everything.
It changes the program.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I never have. As I've aged as a fan, and I remember saying this when I first came to 680. And I was like, man, I grew up listening to Lachlan McClain. My stepdad would play him. My stepdad's he was the one who made me a U of L fan. My family as much didn't care, but he was a U of L fan. Took me to games, football, basketball, all that kind of stuff. And really, ingrained that in me. And I remember listening to Locke in the morning and being like, this guy's an asshole. And I thought this when I was in school. And then as I got older.
And then I met him and I was like, oh, he really is an asshole. No, I'm joking.
Really
he's not. He's not. Yeah.
No,
he's not. He's not. He's not.
But as I listened and got older, and when he and Andy were doing the Midday Rush, I was like,
yeah.
I agree with Locke more than anybody. like the putting the pressure on the onus on competing and whatever. I agree with Locke the most. So that's that's kind of that's where I am. I want more. I'm expecting less. I'm always expecting to be let down outside of the 2013, the 2012-2013 season, football, basketball, all that stuff. There's very few times that, there hasn't been an issue. And those things happen. The reason that I don't, to the pressure that I'm just not going to put it on Jeff Brohm the way I would Charlie Strong or the way I would anybody else is Jeff Brohm. I know that we're not on a ticking time clock. It's not 3 years and he's done. It's yes, maybe one day he wants to go to the NFL or maybe something else like that will happen. Maybe. But
the NFL would be the X factor. If the NFL, the right NFL job came calling, and if he keeps putting, guys in the league, maybe it does. But he's getting older too, But that would be so. Let me amend my statement. Yeah. I don't know. You may talk to him and he may be like, dude, I want no part of the NFL. I don't know. But that would be the one. But he's not going to another college. I always said, if we get Jeff Brohm, he'll never leave. However, my worry was always if he takes Notre Dame, I don't know that we can get him from Notre Dame. Does that make sense? I don't think he'll leave Louisville to go to even Notre Dame. Yeah. But I was like, if he gets that job, he may not move. So that's why I was always happy to go ahead and lock him down.
Well, you can have fun. People love the little, you don't leave the Big Ten, which is the top two power conferences. You don't leave that to go to Louisville, except for because of him playing at Louisville and all the history there. There's the only reason Louisville plucked him out there, which is true. But at the same time, you don't go to Alabama or Notre Dame or one of those schools to come here. And but it's also just, to me, it's a thing that I'm thankful for. It's nice to not have to do the song and dance at the end of every year. Will he? Won't he? Is he going
especially a year like this year, man? Yeah. This year, Penn State's open. Florida just opened today.
Florida, not even low. Yeah.
Not even worried. Florida State is looks like, I don't know if you've read some of that, looks like it's about to open. I mean, so many big jobs, man, have come open, and I've not even thought about it.
Yeah.
It's never crossed my mind. Like, we're having the conversation, and people are probably like, man, are you thinking he's going to leave? And I'm like, no, that's what the beauty. This is two diehard Louisville fans having the conversation going, isn't it great that we don't care at all? Like,
we're outside of this. We're not. I remember I was working at Buffalo, the one that you've worked at, Middletown. I worked at
Middletown,
5 years for all through college. I worked through there.
Okay.
And I remember going to work every day, and Jonathan Waitman was the GM at the time. He was a big UK fan, and every time would be Tennessee, and then it would be Texas and whatever. And then finally he went to Texas and all that. But it was constantly going to be, it was that worry. And I was real quick, sorry, I'm neglecting a little bit of the chat, but Andre Goatley, shout out, says best sports station, hands down, 939 The Ville, ESPN 680 Louisville. I appreciate your support. That's our guy. Also, real quick, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Go to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm putting out videos Monday through Friday. We're starting up the live stream and stuff like that. If you want to support the channel, look at the memberships. We just launched memberships. You can become a member and you can really support us and hopefully see us. If you love this content and you like this kind of stuff, we're going to put out more. Also, one thing I do want
400 some in the chat, or by the way, 400 some watching. So, I mean, man, if half of that just hits that button, man, let's go.
Yeah, we can do a lot more with that. So thank you guys, and thank you, Steve Rummage, for joining today. We're not done yet, but but I just want to appreciate that. So, yeah, that is one of the best parts about it. A couple things I want to just touch on real quick. Unless, did you have more about Louisville, Miami? I know you'll have more tomorrow, but
I mean, I've got plenty. Yeah, I mean, we could do that all night. But yeah, absolutely. No, whatever you want, man. Let's do it.
I mean, a couple of things. I mean, the only other two things that I had was and this is just more of a statement than anything, is, dear Lord, like, I knew Chris Bell was good, but that speed is so deceptive. Like, when I'm watching him out there, and this is me, like for the players, like, it's something that I don't love doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to be like but it's so nice to be able to do it. And we got a joiner. So if you have any takes on Chris Bell, let me figure out the situation real quick. And
No, I do. I mean, because, like, of all the people on Friday night that made money, Chris Bell made himself a ton of money. He scored that first touchdown, and I'm like, I don't understand how he ran past. Like, I'm like, he's so big. He reminds me of Derrick Henry. Like, when Derrick Henry's running full speed, you're like, I don't, how is he running away from them? And he just keeps creating distance. And Chris Bell's kind of that dude. Like, he runs away from dudes, and you're going, like, this is incredible. And you're seeing he's running 22, 23 miles an hour. Like, he may go first round. Like, we might have a first round receiver, and that's not like me being a homer. He really might be a first rounder at the end of the day.
And thank God he didn't go to Texas. I'd be remiss. Sorry, I just had to get him in there. Ethan Moore has joined us. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you hanging out with us a little bit this evening.
Right. Good evening, rather, gentlemen. Here down in Steve's other state, Florida, for our fall break. So enjoying the weather here.
Lucky
dude.
You.
Yes, it's been glorious. Yeah, but Steve, I heard what you said talking about Chris Bell. Absolutely, he is a first-round grade right now, and he's just another dimension for this offense, especially when you talk about the running backs. The running backs and stuff that with being banged up, you're not going to get that type of production that we thought, at least right now. And it's great to have Chris Bell step up, and we've seen glimpses of him, right? I mean, being like wide receiver 2, not the guy. That's the case this year, man. He is dominant, and whenever the Cards need a big play, he is delivering time and time again. It's great to see that. And then, just this whole win overall on Friday night, man, it's totally flipped the script on the season, and you can easily see a path where Louisville can win out and finish 11-1.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, Ethan, is for me, I me and Justin talked about this a minute ago, but I was like, it just totally recalculated the season for me. Like, I'm having to, and we knew there was a chance. It wasn't like we didn't think there was any chance they could win, but like once they do it, And they do it in that fashion because anybody that watched that game, you're going to go, okay, Louisville won by 3, but Louisville controlled that game. Like,
Yeah, they did.
it's recalculated everything, man. It's like playoffs are on the table, ACC titles on the table. How good are we? Because they were the number 2 team in America, and I don't think they were fraudulent. I mean,
No.
they're a good team. I mean, that's why they didn't even fall in the top 10. And probably, I mean, I saw people still had them in the playoff today. They very well could be. Like, that's a good Miami team that you made look bad. And it's like now you go from the low of losing that Virginia game to like, oh my God, like we could really have a special season on our hands here.
And guys, too, and I'm sure other Louisville fans are doing it as well. I mean, today I was looking at the schedules of Georgia Tech and Virginia. And even if those teams went out, I mean, you could make an argument that the loser of that game, we could have a better resume. I mean, Miami, you look at their schedule. They could easily go 11-1. James Madison, they could be 11-1. They're 6-1 right now. Your only loss is to a 6-1 Virginia team ranked, I think, on the precipice of the top 15. So, I mean, our resume overall is pretty solid. And if you win out, you're going to have a challenge against SMU in Dallas. Clemson is down, but still, it's a Friday night game. A lot of the nation's eyes will still be on that contest there. And now, guys, the worry or the focus shifts to: are we going to have this game like we did against Pitt 2 years ago, like we did against Stanford last year? We have got to avoid that. And then maybe just because this game is going to be at home on Saturday against Boston College, I mean, I don't see us slipping up against them. They're awful. Now, we could have said the same thing like Stanford and Pitt, like the games I just mentioned. But, I mean, it's exciting to see now everything is still on the table. And I love the fact that we're now looking at schedules of other teams because now it's possible. Charlotte is possible. I mean, Georgia Tech, they look a little suspect against Wake Forest a couple of weeks ago. So they absolutely could drop a game. I think Virginia, they'll more likely will lose at least one game. So there's still a lot of things at play. And then when you're in the middle of October looking at potential tiebreaker scenarios, you know that your team is in the thick of it.
Sorry, real quick. Yeah. Just want to bust in on this real quick. Phil's joining, fixing his mic. But John Stoner, I want to shout out to him, became our first member of ESPN Louisville Plus on YouTube. Thank you for the support. I just want to shout out him, say we really appreciate it. And when we add more members, I think it's like 5 members, we're able to add more emojis. Sorry, I know you guys don't care about this, but it's just stupid stuff, fun stuff we can do long term. We got the incredible bulk James Strebel on there. We got Nikki with his pee-pee poo-poo hands in the toilet. We got Elsa. I'm sorry, UK, we had to put the L's down for them too. And then we'll add some more stuff. Hopefully show-centric, maybe Ethan Moore, bronze with the shirt off. I don't know. We'll see. It's up to him. We'll see if he allows it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Give me a couple more days down here, and I'll definitely make that the live version.
Yeah, that's awesome. More bronze stuff. Sorry, go ahead. Anyway,
I got kicked out. Look, my wife kicked me out of the room I was in, so now I got demoted to the 3rd floor. So
okay, it happens. We won't try to keep you all too long. There are a couple more little parts that I want to do this. Once Phil gets ready, I'll throw it in there. Actually, let me see. Sorry. Okay, he's good now. So
well, Steve, I'm outside, man. So I've already been kicked out outside. I mean, at least you're still indoors.
See, I know. Look, and I'm doing the subtle flex where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Don't mind my theater screen in the background. Stupid. Let me turn around.
Don't mind the projector.
Stupid. Yeah.
Are there the seats too? How are the seats looking? Are they?
Yeah. No, look, I got the cloud couch.
Oh,
so,
okay. That's cozy. That's cozy up in there. That's
stupid. It's stupid. Stop. Don't placate to me.
Phil, any thoughts?
Hi, boys. I think I'm doing the Tim Sullivan thing where I'm muted. I have no idea if I'm coming through or not.
You're
Hopefully,
perfect.
I'm okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. That's I was 100. Look, I'm. You're in the 3rd floor rummage. Ethan's outside. Yeah. I'm in the dungeon. I'm in the Baker bunker. I never know. I can't even see you. I just see Sofro. So on the Justin Sofro network on the. I can see you. I can't see Ethan and Rummage though, so I can't see
well,
them. So maybe
in all fairness, I can't see Ethan and Phil. So
I can't either. So we're on the same page. I can see
serious?
Justin in his jersey.
I can just see Justin in his jersey. Yeah, now kick the coverage. Clay Travis
great.
with the cut the net shirt. Yeah, you look awesome, but I can't see the other guys. So I didn't know if I was like in the waiting room.
Sorry, give me a sec. I don't know why that is. Okay, y'all, you keep talking. I'll fix it. Give me a sec. Sorry.
Well, no, I go ahead, Rummage.
Well, I didn't want to Nikki V him or anything. I wasn't going to be like, "Hey, man, there's 480 people on here, and I can't see anybody." Like I like to, like when I ask for something simple like, a schedule when I'm doing the show, I'm like, like there's a certain Kentucky radio show out there that didn't tweet out about being the number one show in the city of Louisville in that time slot, right? Like, so that means we're doing pretty good. And if I need a schedule, I feel like it should be easy for you to look up the Louisville basketball schedule, Nick. God bless his heart. So, but we make it. It's okay. Yeah. It's good.
All right,
but I don't mind looking at just Sofro.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it. No, I'm so sorry you didn't see my big ass bald head. So I apologize. I thought.
No,
okay, Phil Baker. Phil Baker.
Yes, sir.
I haven't. Obviously, you haven't been able to be on the air yet. At least that I know of. That's perfect.
Sorry, that's what everybody's been seeing. Sorry, it's not just been me. It doesn't help either because Andy's been killing me with the Justin Sofro show on the Justin Sofro Video Network and all that kind of stuff. It's not just me. It's been all of you all in your beautiful faces and everything. So there you go. Sorry, guys.
No, this is great.
No, it looks awesome. Look at Sofro in his dungeon down there. That's I'm liking that. I'm seeing everyone. Ethan looks like he's like on a mini golf course or something like that. But I think it's just his beautiful backyard. It's looking good.
No, I'm down in the Sunshine State, Rummage's second state, man. So we got fall break this week, dude. So yep, working on that bronze.
Attaboy. But no, I mean, Rummage, I know you don't know that there was a little show on this morning, so appreciate that. As always, I'm sure you're listening to. There was an Outkick the Coverage podcast that I'm sure was being broken down about everything from the weekend that was. Should Bobby Petrino get the Arkansas job? 437-9680. But look, man, people were still jazzed up, man. Like, I mean, I know you all haven't got an opportunity to come by yet, but like the text line was flooded. Like that's one where it's like, man, like that's why you hire Jeff Brohm. All I could think of is Steve Rummage and when he was walking around and, sagging worked up about the L's down. I was like, that game right there is why people were clamoring for him to come back. And you got to feel great about it, man. It was a massive win. And when you see what's happening around the sport too, I mean, that's another thing. It's like, James Franklin, anywhere else, like Vodtech would be lucky to have him. You see what happened with Billy Knaps and everything. Like, you kind of feel like you got some stability now, and you were the talking point of College Game Day for the first hour for the most part. And I've been critical of ESPN. Like, I feel like, I'm not saying they're one of the blue bloods Louisville football, but there's been times in which like I was like they deserve a little bit more umph. Well, when you beat the number 2 team in the country on Friday night, you're going to get that A block on College Game Days. So they got their flowers yesterday morning, that's for sure.
I did love.
And guys, how beautiful was Brohm's play calling on those first 2 drives, especially the first one. I mean, he brought out the entire bag. He was in his bag especially that first quarter, and then it was just the creativity that we hoped that we'd see. I don't want him to go away from that, and I know he can't do that on every single possession. But man, keep throwing those wrinkles in there when you need to use them. I mean, it's a showcase game. You have recruits watching. You have, the national audience watching, and they're talking about how creative Coach Brohm is. His record against top 5 opponents, that only boasts and boosts up your national brand when you do that, and when you can win on such a big stage like that. The excitement's through the roof. Phil, I was just telling these guys before you jumped on, man, I'm looking at schedules of other opponents, looking at schedules of other ACC teams that we won't play because the conference is so huge now. But I mean, it's fun to kind of play what if and look out there to see, well, if Georgia Tech plays team X in 3 weeks and they lose, what does that mean? If Georgia or if Virginia can get beat a couple of times, what does that look like if we can win out? And it's when you're doing that for other opponents in your conference, that means that you're in the thick of this race. And, polar opposite feeling from 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, I just didn't want to bust in over everybody.
No. I agree. There's a little delay, so I don't want to step on top of each other. And yeah, so no, look, you hit the nail on the head, man. You're the talking point, and it gives you hope for another week as you try to be in that conversation of the college football playoff. And you see what's transpired down in Clemson. You see what's transpired down at Florida State and Mike Norvell, who, talk about a 180 when you look around the conference. That was myself this morning. I'm looking around and you're having to recalibrate your mind of like, oh yeah, you got to check the Cal and Stanford scores of these games with 10:30, ACC after dark. But you view the season differently with that. And I got to be honest, I know Rummage talked about this a little bit with Maven earlier this week, but when on the Brohm show with Paul Rogers, when he was talking about using multiple quarterbacks, I was like, he's showing his hand like that. I thought that was maybe a little misdirection, and I didn't think we would. I take that back. I thought there would be a glimmer of it. I didn't know it was going to be that. And to see that go with the way it did with the three amigos, getting Colin Lacey back there as well. And my God, Chris Bell, what he is doing too. It's you got to be excited.
Bubba Nero says save the wrinkles for Clemson at SMU. Maybe a little bit more SMU. Clemson still has plenty of talent that we have to worry about, but
sure.
I worry a little bit more about SMU. And then I just as like UK can't be the Brohm blunder. That's the only thing I ask. It just can't be that game. Ethan, did you said the other day on the Diener show that you're still not watching it, right?
Basketball, no, I'm not going to do it until I see a victory. I'm not going to do it. Like for football, I did that last year. I didn't watch the football game live either. Once you got over the hump, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm going to be at the game. I'm going to watch the football game. Basketball game, guys, until we finally get a win. These are the stats. I got to throw these out here just so Fro, you open up the door, man. I got to bust right through it.
No, I love it. Bust on me.
We have beaten them 3 times since the Yum Center has opened. 3 times. And each time we've only beaten them by 3 points. We have not beaten them in Rupp Arena since 2008. It is not a rivalry on the court. It is a rivalry with the fans. It's a rivalry in the media, but it's not a rivalry on the court. And until that happens, I'm not, and I can't put myself through it. I like to think I'm one of the nicer people you'll meet, but those 2 days out of the 365 days, I'm a lunatic. I am, and I don't want to be that way. And so I'll just go off the grid for a couple of hours, check my phone, and then hopefully, Louisville is the winner, and then I can take a deep breath and celebrate.
Well, way to really dampen the mood. Thank you.
I get it, though, because I can't tell you how many times I've watched it at Hilltop Tavern, RIP, even though I guess they're just moving down the street. But plenty of times in college, I watched the games there with my UK friends and U of L friends. And how miserable I was leaving. One time I remember.
You can watch it with UK fans? Oh, no. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Now that I'm with you.
Here's the thing. I went to Shelby County. I went to Shelby County High School. It's hard. There's Louisville fans there, but they're a minority of us. And we're actually all still pretty close. But we do pretty well. They don't rivalry that hard, but there are moments. But that game was one of them. But it was 2016 when we beat them with when they had Bam Adebayo and Quentin.
Put Q put them on skates.
Oh, I can tell you that game. But also that year was the same year that Lamar fumbled. And my wife and I, we were just dating at the time, or I think we were engaged, and it almost ended the marriage because I remember throwing a heater in my house, putting a hole in the wall, and it was not good. I did not handle my emotions very well at that time.
Well, I know Rummage said
how big was the heater?
It was. It's like a little space heater about like this big.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like smoking darts or something like that. I was like, damn, Sofro, I didn't know you were like.
Oh yeah, the
velocity on that thing. Goodness.
No, I'm not an abusive husband. I'm not just throwing stuff at my wife. Anyway, I just got
Rubbage, real quick, because you said Ethan brought down the boot. I opened up Twitter, and this will make you all warm and fuzzy. The Kentucky football player wearing the watch Oh my God. Be still my heart. I'm talking like that. I know we're talking about Louisville there, but that'll bring it rubbish back. I kind of want you to save it for the show tomorrow because I feel like you're gonna have a field day between like the concession stand stuff, the Stoops buyout, Virginia Tech. Yeah. But when I saw that watch, I thought it was AI at first. I thought I was like, is this me getting got by the internet? No, it's not. The University of Kentucky tweeted out a photo of McGowan holding the ball, and you just see a sparkly watch underneath his receiver gloves. It's perfection.
Probably
was
got
that
it
the
from
same
one
guy
of
that
the,
went to the concession stand?
No.
I'm sure he got the watch from one of his $22 million buddies, over there on the basketball team. So yeah, should be plenty of money.
Steve, I didn't see your tweet. I know we tweeted the same thing within like 10 minutes of each other. National championship or bust with that kind of money.
Like, and they're like, "You're stupid." Like, what do you want me to say? Like, dude, it's the most expensive roster ever, and like, you're a 4.5 point dog going into the Yum Center. Like, what the hell were y'all doing with that money? Like, all right.
Who tweeted that out? Do you have the watch? Because I remember seeing not only did they talk about the watch,
Grossman retweeted it. I forget the guy. Grossman and Strebel are in a chat, and he retweeted it. It's him looking down by that. He was like, "This is the most Kenny Payne thing I've seen," or something. I think is what Grossman said on that. But no, I mean, back to football, being like, I'm viewing it through a different scope, like monitoring the ACC. You're the talk of the town, and look, I mean, and I thought of you, Rummage, and I meant to send you the screenshot. I wasn't fast enough, and I know Ethan's passionate about this too, about the preseason rankings and stuff like that. Did you all hear Nick Saban on game day yesterday during the college game day picks?
I did not.
Yeah.
I love Nick Saban, by the way, but this is Rummage in a nutshell when talking about just how the overall college football media talks about this. They were talking about the Vandy LSU game, okay? And obviously Nick Saban has some allegiances to LSU, but his analysis around it, and he's earned this look. I think he's the GOAT of our lifetime in college football, but literally tried to say that he's like, I just can't get on board. Vandy's always going to be, they're Vandy. And that was the crux of the analysis. And I'm like, that's the problem with the college football. It's like we're trained to like think that just because the U and Florida State did cool stuff 20 plus years ago, they're going to figure it out. I mean, and they have the resources too, but it's like, Cignetti is the third highest paid coach now in Indiana. Vandy isn't the Vandy of old. The fact, and you were very passionate about this, Jeff Brohm does not take a whiff of this job without the emotional connection to the city and the university. And I think that kind of gets slept on a lot. It's like, don't take it for granted. Like, I understand, like, there's the Stanford loss that happened last year. I think we're all in agreement. We were all upset. But sometimes you kind of got to remind yourself when you see just the landscape of the college football, it's like, you're the talk of the town. And all these football Freddies out there at the national level are talking about how great he is. Sometimes you kind of got to remind, it's like the game's different, guys, and there's going to be some losses, I understand, along the way, and that's just kind of the Brohm experience. But, like, it really, like, hit me on game day yesterday, like, just the analysis of how they talk about these other teams that aren't in the country club. And it's like, and I know Louisville's trying to, show up with the jorts and the mullet to the country club and like, hey, like, we belong here too. And that's what was kind of the biggest takeaway from like this weekend and reflecting off of what Jeff Brohm did on Friday, but also just kind of the talking points of the overall college football Saturday we had as well.
Real quick, I just want to hit on this. Jeff Bidet, I can't remember when he played at UK. He had pointed out that we've been doing this since 2015, bro. And I just wanted to make sure I went ahead and pointed out the record of Kentucky from that time, which was 5-7, 7-6. Oh, wait. That was no. Jeff Bidet was at Kentucky from 2013 through 2016. I want to say something like that.
Because he went to Oklahoma, right?
Is that what it was? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think that's
he
right.
left. Yeah. He left and went to Oklahoma.
So they were 2-10, 5-7, 5-7, maybe 7-6 when he was there. The best 7-6. So I'm not sure that's.
They look good.
I'm not sure that's the best defense, but anyway, I just wanted.
They've had two good seasons. They've had two great seasons in the last 50 years. All right, they've won 10 games. Tip of the cap. Good job. One of them's vacated, but I listen. I'm going to go ahead and count that one because I'm counting our 2012 Final Four and 2013 national title as well. They've had 2 great years in the last 50. They got high on the hog because Satterfield didn't know what a rivalry was. And then after that, Brohm came back, changed the script rather quickly. Fully expect Louisville to handle business on November 28th.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, Daddy Wags comment and said, if U of L and Miami went out, would they meet in the ACC championship game? I think it's going to be difficult because there's so many teams that are ahead of them with better records. So, I mean, right now, I feel like it's either or, more than likely. I mean,
there's 3 teams. There's 3 teams right now with undefeated ACC records. SMU, Virginia. Remember, the NC State loss was non-conference. And then, of course, Georgia Tech. So, in order for that to happen, I mean, Louisville would have to have Virginia lose twice, Georgia Tech lose once. And I have no idea, guys, if there's a hypothetical where Louisville, Miami, and Georgia Tech all have 1 loss. Like, how do you figure that out?
Listen, the best scenario is Virginia wins out and Louisville handles business and wins out. And, I mean, of course, we would need a Georgia Tech loss. But I would give probably 1 finger to play Virginia in the ACC title game. Like,
which finger?
Like I don't know. But I'm like, because if I was going to Charlotte playing Virginia for an ACC championship, no, not one of these. These are the only ones. Can't have those.
What about
So
this one?
It's one of these. My wedding finger or something. My wife would be like, thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot. Your wedding finger. So I'm just kind of be like that, like, you know, and
all the time.
So, but I mean, if you could get a Virginia back in a rematch in the ACC title game, holy crap, sign me up for that. Yeah. Like, you know, most likely though, I mean, I think Georgia Tech's for real. They look really good. So, I mean, I think but you said it earlier, Ethan. I think it was you. Somebody said, if it's Georgia Tech and Virginia, if Louisville just handles their business, like, I think Louisville finds a way in.
I mean, guys, look at Miami's record. Yes. Look at Miami's the remaining schedule that they play. You could easily see them winning out as well. So I think that, too, when you're looking at Louisville's resume and one of those 2 teams loses – Louisville might have an argument to make if Miami if Miami wins out, JMU wins out. You know, SMU's 9-3. You know what I mean? So there's other situations like scenarios that can unfold. You know, in Louisville, first and foremost, you got to take care of business before we can even discuss that. But if that happens, you know, I mean, I'm fairly confident right now the ACC can get at least 2 teams in the playoff. But I still think, too, if Louisville's out there lurking at 11-1, maybe the ACC championship game runner-up is not in that playoff. And Louisville could be sitting there sneaking their way in.
Yeah. Sorry. I know we're getting over on time. There are a couple small things I wanted to do real quick with you guys, if you don't mind. And then we can get out of here. First up, I had to play the sounds.
We came up 6 inches short and had a great opportunity, 6 inches. We came up short. Unfortunately, we came up short, and that hurts.
Sorry, I had to play that. And then Phil talked about this earlier in his show, and I had to cut it too. I didn't know where to throw it in.
Oh, my gosh, it's Brandy. Hi. Did you know I was going to be here today? Did my wife tell you? Oh, my! Of course she did. Where is my guy? Oh, look, it's Cam and Kevin. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Kevin, what's going on? One of my son Wyatt's baseball teammates. What's up, big dog?
Right there.
I had
right there.
Yeah, when you mentioned it, I
thought his name was Connor. It was Kevin, not Connor?
It's Cam and Kevin.
Damn it. Connor would have been
a little bit better.
Yeah, that's that. But when he said, "What's up, big dog?" live on AM Sports Talk Radio at the Blind Squirrel, and did the Tiger Woods, like, man, that, in true Strebel fashion, it was my everything.
Oh, he's a gem.
He is perfect.
It really is. Everybody in here, do me a favor. We've had almost 600 people watching us throughout this. Appreciate you guys. Smash like, hit subscribe, all that stuff. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe there. We already got our first member on there, if you want to support the channel, if you want to see more stuff like this, one way to do that is to become a member on the channel, and that really to help us show that it's something that is that there's an appetite for, I guess is the word I want to use. Real quick, I'm trying to think which one. I guess one of the games I thought about playing was Drunk or Happy. We weren't sure. Mark Ennis talked about this in the post game show, where it was hard to tell. I think Phil, I think you mentioned it this morning too. Were the callers, were they happy or were they drunk? So I just want to throw out a couple of them, and I just want you all. I'll let you all decide. All right. So the first one we're going to go with. This is one I had to cut short because it got sad, but.
This is Mike, the guy who cried after the Indiana basketball game last year. I had a lot of things going on.
Drunk or happy?
I think he was.
Sorry, that was a bad one to start with.
Happy. That was a dead fish. I think that was the one.
I'm going with happy.
I'm going to go with happy as well.
All right.
I don't know that it was either. He kind of sounded sad. It's like,
somber.
Yeah.
We got our guy Samson.
Went down there, beat the number 2 team in the country first time. Let's go Cards, baby!
He invited me to Hikes Point. Yeah, he invited me to Hikes Point Lounge in the Golden Nugget. I think he was already there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he was partaking in festivities.
All right.
Another loss, another choke job, another chapter in the bestseller of Kentucky football the way it is. It makes me sick. It makes the fan base sick. We all knew, like you stated several times since the shows began, that we all knew that there was going to be an L when the final horn sounded. Like always, the dude needs to kick rocks. Bush, the choker, needs to kick rocks. James Franklin stated 15 million times on ESPN today he's ready to come take the Kentucky job. Hiring mid-season, he'd probably turn it around. It's sickening. It's disgusting. We're all sick of it. We don't deserve it. And it's I can't say it, late.
Delusional.
That was Luther. Yeah.
It's delusional.
He didn't get to get out. He never called Floyd Street bums. He didn't get to say it. He didn't say we make him sick. None of that happened. So
he's like that all the time. So I have no idea. I'm going to go say that's just him being angry and Luther.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That could just be a football fan of the team up the road. I mean, how much happiness do they ever have?
That's a good point.
Oh, it was screaming, but screams of joy, friend. I tell you what, Jeff Brohm is a genius. He is a genius. What he did at the beginning of the day, or at the beginning of the game with those offensive formations.
That's pure unadulterated. That's just happy. That is. I mean, that's a guy who's just. That was me. Yeah. I'm sitting there on my couch Friday night going, he's a genius. He's a genius. Like, this guy's an offensive genius.
That's Phil's guy, Eric. I had to put it.
Well, I mean, he's shirtless at our tailgate throwing pigskin. I mean, that he could be completely sober or completely.
That's Eric being Eric.
I never have any idea of what he's actually doing.
I love it. Okay, last one, and this is just the last one of these.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, baby. We got good vibrations, man. You called it with Rano there. Hey, I watched this with my teenage son tonight. I went to Miami down there when U of L, and you guys have talked about this, Mark, when Brian Brohm, Stefan LaFleurs, we went down there, and the good old boy, punt return, Hester, he returned it on us.
Sorry, it's a long clip, but I just love that the crickets started going behind him while he was talking. Anyway.
So I've met that guy at our tailgate before with his son, and I think he's worn like a full-on uniform at times. A great guy. I think that's just his cadence. I'm gonna go out. I know it sounds like it with the long pauses, but I think that's just like pure excitement and joy.
I don't know. There was a few repeats.
In the delay and the
and
pause.
a couple drags, yeah. It's like,
fair enough. I could be swayed.
How about drunk? How about drunk on Louisville football happiness? Huh?
How about
That's
that?
fair.
Boom.
That's fair.
How
It was a
about
good weekend. It was a good weekend. So anyway, I appreciate everybody. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Brandon says, "Hey guys, best radio station ever." If you haven't, do me a favor. Go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like what we're doing here, you want to see more of it, join the member squad. It'll be definitely a good way to really support us to show that what we're doing here, we can keep it going. I guess really just the last thing I really kind of wanted to end it on. And I appreciate, again, all three of you. All thank you guys for taking the time tonight for the first edition of After Dark here on the weekend. So I really appreciate your all support. We kind of have to show the Miami fights. Like we just have to go through. And what was the last time that you all have experienced? I mean, I know there's fights that happen at Louisville, but I don't know that I've experienced the Miami level of fights. Let me just go ahead and play just a few of these. This one.
And it's usually Miami on Miami crime, right?
Yeah.
Except the old lady that punched the dude.
Kudos to I'll say that. Kudos to the Miami fan for not doing anything after that. I thought it was going to end very badly for a little bit. I was like, oh no.
Now,
I saw this one. Oh yeah. I mean, this guy was throwing haymakers left and right, falling down on the ground.
The dude that got his ass kicked on, I will say this, he kept getting up though. Like he did not know when to stop or walk away. And I love that. I think he had like one AirPod in. It's like, what are you listening to? Are you listening to like Jerry Zendaki or something of the Miami Canes play-by-play guy? It was like his post-game comments.
I love the U. I love the U right there.
Yeah.
Just the graphic. Yeah, it's like.
Sorry, this is the best one. This is my favorite one. Like this dude. So this dude's not that big, but he takes a few good hits. And he
this is the guy I'm talking about. Yeah. This is the guy, man. The one guy was like a UFC fighter.
Is it too loud, or can you all not?
I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything. You may have to,
if too loud for me.
You may have to click on share your audio on. I can show you off the air. That's Inside Baseball.
Okay, yeah, because all I hear is it's over. Yeah.
He's got AirPods.
It almost looked like a trampoline that he fell on because he got back up so quickly.
I know.
God, it's just like I'm so far removed from this in my life. It just like hurts my body to like even. It's like 20 years ago we would be playing like Knuck If You Buck in the background or something like that. But now it's just I'm not dealing with it.
Just hitting the ground.
I know.
Like I've only got so many ground hits left in my body, like where I can fall to the ground. Like it's like, oh my God.
I just can't imagine ever putting myself in that position again. Like it's been, I mean, at least for me, I don't know that I ever was that, but it was probably, you're talking about 14, 15 years ago. Oh, there's Poppy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Steve Rummage, Phil Baker, Ethan Moore for tuning in, being a part of this, and joining. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Any other final words that you guys have for us today?
I love that Eric Crawford did his impassioned piece on WDRB about AI and, Pat Kelsey, only for Justin Rowland of, I guess, these rivals are on 3 to say he put up this very vague tweet about Mark Stoops and conversations are being had. The first comment underneath there goes, "Hey, Gronk, can you summarize what this is about behind the paywall?" And it summarizes that conversations are being had between Mark Stoops and Mitch Barnhart about a possible buyout. I was like, that has to hurt Eric Crawford so bad. So that's my final thoughts for the night, is that journalism was personified in EC only for somebody to go to AI and try to go around it for that.
That's great. Ethan?
Shouts out to the Louisville football team, man. I mean, they've totally changed the season. I thought that there could be a lot of success going forward the remainder of the season, but I did not anticipate us beating Miami. Happy to be wrong. Happy to be eating a huge plate of pro. And everything like we talked about earlier, guys, is still on the table, and that is the exciting part of all this. Boston College this upcoming Saturday at 7:30. Let's get rowdy for a home game at night. We don't get a lot of those. To make the most of it and see what happens these final 6 games, man. We are in the thick of it, back in the top 20. Exciting times ahead.
Steve?
Yeah, I mean, hey, kudos to Jeff Brohm and the football team. Louisville plays Kansas this week, and it's going to maybe not be in the front of everybody's mind. Like, that's insane. So kudos to Jeff Brohm, man, and the football team for what they've done. It's incredible.
Damn right. All right, guys, make sure you tune in. ESPN Louisville, 93.9 The Ville, all Monday through Friday programming, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and a lot afterward, especially. Are you guys okay? Ethan, your show, is it always changing? Is it 7, 8? What is it this week? What time of the week is it this week?
So when Coach Brohm has a show, we're at 8. If he does not have a show, we're at 7. So with the Saturday game, he will have his show on Wednesday at 7. So we will be on from 8 to 10 on Wednesday. During the football season, the same thing with basketball. I do think that Coach Kelsey's shows, for the most part, will be on Tuesdays on 93.9. So we should be back in our normal 7 o'clock slot on Wednesdays. But for football, it's going to bounce back and forth between 7 and 8.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Smash like, hit subscribe, join the member squad on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time.